Hey folks. Okay, here's the latest project. Not that we ran out of projects, but my buddy Fred graciously let me acquire this from him. And he didn't make any money. I just paid him what he paid for it. It's really kind of like a donation to the channel, really. Thank you, Fred. Thank you very much. It's a 62 fleet. And, 62 to 68, they made the Schwinn fleet. It's kind of like the bottom of the line tank bike. I believe 62 to 67 or so was the full-size ones. I know that they kind of went to the smaller ones in 67 and 8. So really, it was only maybe 5 years that the full-size fleet was available. And what makes this one so special is a 62. And I'll show you what's special about this bike. 62 was a rough year for the American economy. There was a thing called Blue Monday when the stock market didn't crash, but it was a rough one. It was this big Blue Monday thing happened. And across the board for the car manufacturers, 62 was not such a great year. If you look at the 62 styling on some of the cars, especially Chrysler with their plucked chicken. Anyway, so I guess maybe cost was an issue, and maybe they just didn't put the horns in the tank because of that. But anyway, 62 fleet is the only year Schwinn with a tank with no horn and no light. They changed the way the tank looked in 63, like this part was out and that part was in or something like that. Anyway, there was I can't forget what side it was on. Anyway, there was a horn button for 63 up on fleets, and 62 is the only year with a tank and no horn. So what's the tank used for? I don't know. Just to say you had a tank bike. Anyway, we're looking it over. There's a lot of condition issues. I think I left the cranks at Fred's house, but no biggie because they were ruined anyway. And somebody had this funky repair pedal, which is hilarious. Back in the day, when you ruined your cranks, you could just get a super long pedal and drill out the cranks. I wish I had them here. I think I left them there. Anyway, that's a normal size pedal. And then there's the longer one for people that want to drill out their cranks and use a bolt. Anyway, we won't be doing that. I don't think so. And whether or not I find some late 61 cranks or 62 cranks, I don't really care at this point. It's not going to be a show bike. It has issues. And one of the main issues is somebody was very liberal with the red spray paint. And this rack came with it too. And Fred really hooked me up. He gave me everything he got for this bike. And it's all here. It's actually a complete bike, except the cranks, which are ruined. There is an AS bolt here. Arnold and Schwinn. That's kind of a nice feature. Built-in kickstand. Not a Typhoon, so it has a kickstand. That's good. This rack needs a little welding, I just noticed. Where was it? Yeah. It's got a brake right here. I can tack that, really. I'll just give that a little tacky-wacky. Looks like the original bars and stem. He already gave me the grips. I have them on another bike, so that'll be an easy fix. But what happened was, somebody was very, let's just say they got happy with the red paint. And it's very sad because this is a flamboyant red bike. And it's absolutely beautiful underneath there. And in a minute, I'm going to scrub on the front fender and I'll show you the progress. Got to be really careful because if you scrub and use chemicals, that's great, but it's not totally sprayed. So if you spray the chemicals on an area that's not painted, like there, that's going to get thin and go through to the primer. It's dicey, and it's not going to be 100%. I'd like to get this line back here And I don't know what I'm going to do with the tank. That's just a lot of work, and you're not going to get much back out of that. It's so coated. I might just spray it white. And I might just look in the book and see what it looks like. I'm not sure about the tank yet. Seat's all burned up and faded. There is a front fender light, which did come with the bike. I mean, basically, it's a complete bike. Like I said, I think I left the cranks over there. They're ruined anyway. And I looked online. There is decals for this. So if this chain guard cleans up really good, I could probably just get a decal and redo it. Or leave it alone. I don't know. Anyway, this frame's going to be difficult because some of this original paint here, let me get the light. You can't just spray the whole frame with remover because you're going to get down. There's the original paint right there. And if you spray that, you're going to get down to the primer. And then this is really thickly coated here. Looks like somebody masked that off. It'd be interesting to take this emblem off and see how beautiful it is underneath. I wonder if we should do that real quick. Let's get a screwdriver and see if we can take that off real quick and take a look underneath and see what the flamboyant red looks like. What the heck? Let's get a little screwdriver. This is kind of a show and tell, like first real look at what's going on. My plan is just to, I have a back rim that's a painted S7 back rim, and I'm just going to put better rims on it and clean it up the best I can. Come on, silly camera. Let me break here. Yeah, my plan is just to make it better. Oh, and these are the rims that came with it. And they're hideous. And, you know, they've been painted over, or someone even painted the brake bar. And these are Western Auto Supply Company S7 tires. And they've been painted white. And the bead there. Front rim's about the same. Although I'm going to have to reuse the front rim. I don't have any painted front rims, so we're going to try to... I don't know what we're going to do. We're going to do something clever on that. I could just put chrome S7s on it, but it didn't come with that. It came with painted wheels. Anyway, let's try to get this off and see how beautiful that is under there. Yeah, we'll just do the best we can. It's one of those bikes that, it's just one of those bikes that's been painted over, you know. And when you find them, it's like, oh man, is this really worth it to make this right? Like I did a collegiate a while back, and it turned out it really wasn't even worth it. Like it didn't turn out that good. You can look back on the results. You can look back in the videos, and I mean, it was okay. It was better than it was. But I mean, what do you got when you're done? You just have a 72 collegiate or whatever it was. Oh yeah, see, look at that. That's what it looked like before someone got happy with the paint. Now, we're not going to get the bike all back to that, you know. We'll give it a shot. I mean, we have an idea of what we need to get it to. We're not going to get it there. That's not going to happen. And if we spray this whole thing at once, then we run the risk of getting this too thin up here, because this is worn through. Maybe Fred had started to clean it. I'm not sure. I'll have to ask him. Maybe it was a lot worse before. Maybe he cleaned it a little. But this is real thick here, and real thick in there, and real thick on the fork. But you can see on the inside of the blade of the fork, that's just dirt. That actually is not sprayed too well. Yeah, it's sprayed. It's thick. Yeah, somebody really sprayed it thick. Yeah, we're gonna have to see just how far we get. Okay, so that's the next project, and it should turn out pretty good. And like I say, there are some issues with the tank being really thickly coated. But that's the idea. It's supposed to be white and red. It's just one of those bikes that's been messed with so much. You know, like I'm probably the 20th owner of this. So, I mean, we'll give it a shot. I'll try to make it look as OG as possible. And I'm going to start cleaning on the front fender in a minute. And I'll show you how that turned out. And we'll see how thin it gets and how much I should have just had the bike powder coated or something. Okay, so this is 62 Schwinn Fleet. Next project, and I'll see you on Saturday for sure. We might even be working on this one. I don't know. This is kind of a long-term project. Okay, peace out. Think good thoughts. Greetings. Here we are in the secret laboratory. Faulkner fixes all. I recently acquired a 62 Schwinn Fleet. The only year without a horn in the tank. Kind of a special bike. Anyway, it's all here. I got almost everything for it. There's stuff in there too. The wheels are atrocious. They've been painted white over. And the fenders have been touched up with some kind of weird red paint. I'm trying to get it down to this original flamboyant red stuff. I'm doing my best. I'm not going to repaint this bike. I want to get underneath all this stuff. I don't think you can really see it, but there's some good paint left here underneath that. And obviously under there, I don't think I'll get those little emblems back. It is a tank bike. It is a 62. I've yet to pull this emblem off to see what it really looks like under there. You can see some of the good paint left. It's in there. It's there. Fortunately, I don't think anybody sanded on this, which is a really good sign. Anyway, we will try our best because nothing beats original paint, even in bad shape. So, wish me luck. I'm going to work on this part a little bit. You can see the good flamboyant red under there. And then somebody just sprayed it. I think they sprayed it on the bike because you can see a mark right here. And then that's been pounded out a little bit. Yeah, it's in rough shape, but it's really worth the time to make it nice. I do have one better rim. This front one I'm going to have to like work some magic on. But I have a back rim up in the rack here. I don't know if you can see it. Maybe I can show you with the light. Yeah, it's up there. It's that Bendix up there. It's up in there. There's one good back rim up there. That front one's no good. And there's two tractor grip tires, S7. And I'm going to try to bring this one back. Anyway. Wish me luck. Oh, it's starting to bubble up. I gotta neutralize it real quick. Let me get back to you on this. I'll work on this a little bit. You can see what I'm working with here. They just kind of masked it off and sprayed this area that may have been rusty. Oh man, if I just had a nickel for every time I saw a bike ruined with spray paint. Just leave it alone, folks. Unless you're gonna bring it to a powder coater or a professional painter. Just let it ride. Leave it alone. Okay, so I'll get back in on this in just a second. This is what I'm working with. We're trying to kind of get back in here and get this line back without making it go away. Anyway, see you in a second. Okay, it's getting kind of thin. We gotta stop now. Maybe later we'll get some more of that off. Usually if it scrapes you with your thumbnail, you can get it with something else. We got some of it off, but it started to get thin. You can see, if you look at the other video, like there was a line right... Well, let's put this over here. There was a line of paint just about right there, actually. And that's where the paint started. and then it was removed a little bit there. But this whole area, especially from about here back, especially in here, was just really thick. Now I started removing it with various things, graffiti remover and some 600 grit and some water and soap, some more sanding with 600 grit and some compound, and I can probably polish this up pretty good, but we're gonna have to stop right now because we're starting to get through to the primer, and I was afraid of that. And you run into that when you have stuff like this, like it's painted here but not there. So what are you going to do, mask this little spot off? No, you're going to have to like just be very careful. And you know, there's no great, this is not a show bike, it's pounded there. I got some of the, yeah, and I went through there, that's bad. So we're just going to make it the best we can and just make it a rider, you know. Okay, think good thoughts, you know. There's only a few people in the world that are bad. Most of us are really good. All right, peace out. And greetings. We just found some more damage. Yeah, let me get a little pointer. Well, this has been hammered on with a hammer really bad. Yeah, and it feels really tight and bristly, and you know that's something's wrong in there for sure. It's kind of tight. There's a tight spot. It's either a broken race or a really badly worn lower race. And this fork looks kind of shy. Like I thought that thread should come up a little more. So either this fork has been broken or something's going on, but I really doubt that we're just going to be able to take this nut off without some heat. But let's give it a shot. We're going to put the bars back in very temporarily. We're going to put the bars in, tighten them so I can hold on to something. We're just, right now we're just kind of looking at the damage and exploring what's going on. I mean, Fred told me a little bit about this bike, but not much, except it's all apart. And it's a 1 year only horn. No horn. No horn. And when I heard Schwinn Fleet tank bike, 1 year only, I was in the truck driving over there. Okay, so now we can kind of hold it. And let's see if this is going to come out without me getting the torch out. I have a bad feeling. Okay, here we go. Oh, look at that. Huh. Maybe Fred loosened this up already. Wow. Okay, well that wasn't so bad. Is that loose too? No, the adjuster is not very loose. Yeah. Yeah, before we take these back out, let's just double check here. Oh yeah, we got it. Okay. I think we're all right. Oh yeah. Let's take this back out. And of course we have to get a brass hammer. The old bronze hammer. Yeah, that was a bit questionable. I didn't, with all that pounding on there, I was questioning whether that was just going to come off. That's why I put those in and got something to hold. And that washer is still good. That peg is still there, barely. And this race is good. Now, I watched this guy, I think it's called the Schwinn Addiction channel on YouTube. And he explained about these special marks on some of the Schwinn parts. And he even had a little graph of what they meant. And this one looks like, maybe get the light. This one looks like it does have one of those special marks. Before the Schwinn stamping, there's like a star or a little bell or something. I'll have to look at that very closely. And he had this little chart about what these meant, and I think this is one of them. I'll have to look up what those two dots mean. You have to look very carefully, like there'll be like a little star or a bell or a squiggly mark or something. And they're not on all Schwinns, just certain years. I guess they were trying to make sure people at the factory were using the right year parts. I don't know. Okay, this is the moment of truth about the bearings and races and stuff. That looks worn, but usable. Red might have greased these. Oh yeah, I think he greased this. Huh, interesting. Oh, this is the wrong bearing. Yeah. This is the wrong bearing. Let me show you. Yeah, this is one of these fine bearings. See the difference? Yeah, this is for the other style, which I might convert this to, actually. So that's good that it's there. I'll show you in a minute exactly what it looks like. But that should be the bottom, actually. This one should be on the bottom. Yeah, I guess Fred didn't catch that, or it came this way. I don't know. Seems like some fresh grease. These feel okay. I'll take a look at there in a minute. These are all right. Yeah, that's just the wrong bearing. And that's the correct one. All right. Let's wipe this off and look. Oh yeah, that's totally serviceable. That's just light wear on there. Yeah. And I'll have to go to that guy's website, or that guy's YouTube channel, and see what the little bell and star is, or whatever those are. I'll have to look with the magnifying glass. But it's probably 1962. In my opinion, it's probably the right one. Yeah, so it's the wrong bearing. Both of these cups should have this bigger bearing. Yeah, both of these should have this big bearing. If you're going to go with that style. Yeah. I'll probably switch this out. I'm not sure. Probably keep it stock. And let's look at this bearing, this race. See if it's cracked or anything. No, it's as good as the day it was put on there. There's nothing wrong with that. Man, Schwinn had it going on. Look at that nice shiny wear in the middle there. Yeah, we might take this off just to get all the paint off of it, but this is what the paint should look like. Flamboyant red. Okay. Well, that mystery is solved. I'm glad that wasn't frozen in there. So this is what I'm going to do with the back wheel, just so you guys know. I just took this one off the rack. It's a rusty painted one. You know, it's got some issues. I might be able to touch it up a little bit. Not much. That's the dust from it sitting so long. You know, I don't know what year this is, but it'll look better than that other one that's completely painted. But it is missing. There's a bearing that's messed up, and it's missing this whole piece. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it off this painted rim, you know, and take these pieces off and the nut and soak all that red paint off of there. And it is a red band, just like that one, except this one's been painted. And I don't know what I'm going to do with the front yet. I've got another front on the rack. It's terrible. And I've got these tractor grips, these Schwinn tractor tires. Schwinn tractor, I might use those. I've got two of them. That one's pretty good. This one's really bad, so I'd have to find another one. Yeah, I don't think I can really use this one. I know I ain't using this rim. Yeah, this one has some issues. So yeah, if you have a painted S7 front or a tractor S7, let me know. I could always use these West Winds. These are decent. They're okay. I don't know what I'm going to do for tires yet. Definitely not that point. So, yeah, don't have to worry about that particularly yet. Yeah, when we spray this, we're going to have to be very careful with the remover because there's spots that are flamboyant red that don't have the overspray. I don't know if you can see that. So we're going to have to be super careful. Like there's some, if we just spray this, then that's going to turn to primer when we start scrubbing on it. So we're going to be careful. And there's some slop in the kickstand, of course. A bike this old has some issues. That's been rounded off with vice grips for days. We'll make it right. Yeah, I think in 62 there was this thing called Blue Monday. It was May and June. They both had these. The Dow like lost 5.7% or something. I was looking at it, and it was a rough year for manufacturers and business. And the automotive industry, you can tell, like cars like the 62 Valiant, really. Ugh. Hey, there's nothing wrong with the 62 Valiant. 62 Fairlane, 62 Chevy. Yeah, they were trying to get there. I had a 62 New Yorker, and everybody called it the pluck chicken because it didn't have fins. It was a rough year. And I think Schwinn probably knew it was a rough year and was like, let's just not put a horn in the tank. That's an extra $5 or something. I don't know. They did advertise this bike as the super economy tank bike. So if you look it up in the catalog, 62 was the only year without the horn in the tank. So thank you, Fred. And this is probably not going to be on the live feed because it needs so much work, and I don't feel like dealing with chemicals all night while I'm talking to you guys and typing in on the computer. So we'll just put this one on the back burner for that night. Man, I wish somebody didn't spray this with. I really wish they didn't spray it. There was nothing wrong with this. It was just nice faded flamboyant red. Okay, as always, thanks for watching and thanks for subscribing. Think about becoming a paid subscriber. You don't get much, but at least you help me out. I can buy some supplies like grease and sandpaper and hand cleaner and stuff. Okay, all right. Have a good day, guys and gals. Woo, chewy, chewy.